Yo, welcome to Melon Magic Carps YouTube. Today, we're going to be talking about Rapid Strike Urshifu and what is happening to the meta as Rapid Strike Urshifu becomes the most popular deck. The last few tournaments, we have seen ADP overtaken for the first time this consistently, really in a long time. We're going to talk about a little bit about what might be happening, how the meta is going to change. There's a lot of stuff that's like purely hypothetical, but I figured getting my thoughts out there would be a good idea. And I'm curious about what you all think is going to happen to the meta as Rapid Strike Urshifu becomes more and more prevalent. The deck appears to be here to stay. It's incredibly powerful, and there are a lot of tools at its disposal. So we're gonna go. These are in chronological order. These are the last four major-ish tournaments we have, ranging from 80 players to 500 players. So we have the LOS Major, Limitless Online Series Major. Rapid Strike Urshifu took up 17% of the meta. Humongous amount. You know, almost 1 in 5 decks being Rapid Strike Urshifu is gigantic for a meta share. Sunday Open, which happened the next day, it was 13% of the meta, a little less, but still the most popular deck. Later that day, Sunday evening, it was 16% of the meta, pretty darn high. Again, the most popular deck by far, in fact, between that and ADP. And the Hegster, which happened on Monday, or day one happened on Monday, was 15% of the meta, and again, the most popular deck. So this is relevant because Rapid Strike Urshifu is very different than ADPZ. I know that's kind of a big old duh, but the reason it's so relevant is ADPZ lost to Eternatus and lost to Pikarom. It beat stuff like Mad Party, Spiritomb pretty handily. Rapid Strike Urshifu does not have that same polarizing matchup spread. In fact, the opposite. It kind of destroys Pikarom, especially if you play Mimikyu in the list. And the matchup versus Eternatus is pretty darn favored as well. So this is kind of an interesting. Before, ADPZ meant Eternatus and Pikarom had to survive because they had good matchup. Now with Rapid Strike Urshifu, which takes good matchups against them, it's kind of like, okay, does that mean ADPZ becomes a good deck? Can ADPZ tech Mew? Things like that? I'm not sure. I'm not an ADP player. I don't put a ton of time into testing the deck, kind of throw some stuff together. I'm a very straightforward, consistent kind of person with that deck. But if ADPZ can shore up their Rapid Strike matchup, boy, it's going to really take us by storm one of these days. But currently, Rapid Strike can keep away those Pikaroms, keep away those Eternatus as well. And one thing we've seen is Mad Party starting to rise as well. So Mad Party, fourth most popular, third most popular, and again, third most popular. Mad Party, this is an interesting one because a lot of people say Mad Party beats Rapid Strike Urshifu. The data does not back that up. So here I'm on Dino Data. This is the entire Battle Styles format. Rapid Strike Urshifu wins 57.7% of the time against Mad Party. That is 163 separate matches. Look, data doesn't tell the whole story, but I've played the matchup. It's a 50-50 at best for Mad Party, and I would be shocked if Rapid Strike isn't just favored in the matchup. Mad Party, yes, I get it. Mad Party can great catcher and turn 2 KO a Jirachi GX, and then you just win the game. Cool. If your Mad Party list does that every single time, you should go to these tournaments and win every single one of them, because that's not really how that deck operates. If it did, it would be the BDIF. Rapid Strike has a pretty good Mad Party matchup. I would lean to say that it is favored. We've also seen Victini start to rise as well. Victini's here, sixth most popular, sixth most popular. It's up to fourth. It's tied. And then up to fourth again. Victini could be on the rise. Victini does have a good Rapid Strike matchup. Victini really loves those V decks. Does not like Pikarom hanging around. So Victini starts to be in a pretty good spot if Rapid Strike Urshifu kicks away those Pikarom. So I can see more Mad Party as people, like I said, there's less ADP. They think it's got a good Rapid Strike matchup. Victini, definitely show up more often. Victini really doesn't want to see Pikarom, and the less Pikarom, the better. And as Rapid Strike starts putting Mimikyu from Celestial Storm into their deck, not Celestial Storm, sorry, Cosmic Eclipse. From Cosmic Eclipse, CEC, that means Mewtwo decks are going to be falling as well. And Mewtwo decks are another thing that you really don't want to see as Victini. You want to see these Vs. You want to see Urshifu, you want to see Zacian deck, you want to see Dragapult, stuff like that. Speaking of Dragapult, that's another thing that I'm kind of wondering, is Dragapult going to make a bit of a resurgence? It has a very, very good Rapid Strike matchup. It's got a very good Mad Party matchup. It doesn't like to see Pikarom. It doesn't like to see Eternatus at all. So Dragapult's another deck that could start to see a little more play. I'm super curious about what's going to start happening as we play. Less ADP and more Rapid Strike means we're going to see meta shifts that we haven't seen in a while, which is going to be really interesting and hopefully going to breed a bit of creativity. I'm not predicting, what's going to be the meta next week or anything like that. I'm mostly just kind of talking out loud once I saw, all this Rapid Strike stuff and how popular it is. And it's like, well, what's this going to do? Like I said, I think Pikarom and Eternatus are going to be on the decline. Still successful because look, a good deck is good. Someone will bring Pikarom. Someone will not hit any Rapid Strikes and be totally fine, make top cut. It will happen. There's a little bit of luck in every single tournament. But it's going to open up the door for different decks, stuff that we haven't seen, Togekiss Bronzong maybe. Less Pikarom could mean something like that, could pop up. I don't think that deck's particularly good, but it is an option. Because see stuff like Luke Metal popping up if people cut their Phoebes from the Rapid Strike Urshifu list, or if they cut their energy removal from Victini list. Tembozard I'm still a fan of. That's another one where it's kind of like on this outskirts of like, it doesn't like Mad Party a whole lot, but it didn't like Eternatus either. And it kind of likes to hit everything else here. The Rapid Strike matchup is tough, but it is winnable with a Mew and some decent draws. So I'm expecting to see a lot of creativity coming through in the next couple of weeks as we move towards potentially a very different meta. ADPZ is still very good. It's not going anywhere. Sorry to anyone who really wants to play their deck that loses ADP. No, it's still a deck. But Rapid Strike being the new thing with a target on its back could very well mean we're going to see a major shift, and this whole Pikarom, Eternatus, just these decks that have never, ever, ever left the meta, it feels like, since they've been released, could finally start to see less play, and we might to see more other stuff. Let me know what you think is going to happen as well. Like I said, there's just kind of me talking and being like, oh, this is what I think is going to happen. I don't know for sure, but I am excited to see where everything goes. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all the other YouTube stuff, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.